Morning. Today is still the 12th. I just wanted to make two parts today in the English series because I wanted to catch up with the German one. And so, in this series, in this part, which is part 14, I want to talk about the water situation up here. So, when we started off, um, I have to go back. Originally, the house had a pump at the bottom of the river, and it was a ram pump, which was an English pump that used a membrane, which would get excited by water coming down uh, a pipe, a bigger pipe, about this big, and part of the water would flow off as energy redundance, and the rest of it would be pumped up. And it would pump up here, all the way up here. Uh, that was like 250 meters up, so it was a very powerful pump. And that must have worked really well in the old days. So they had continuous water 24 hours a day um, being pumped up here. So they had water for the pastures and for the cattle and for everything they needed water for. So anyway, that was all had all been torn down, and it was derelict, and the line was broken, and so that did not work anymore. And so at the beginning, when I started off, I had three drums of big drums of water on the back of my VW. I needed that also as a traction because, as I said in another video, that it was extremely difficult to come up here in the especially in the rainy season, because it was a muddy thing, and I needed the extra weight on the back. I would even have to deflate the tires to make it up that muddy stretch. And so that was very adventurous, and sometimes I still got stuck, and then people had to push me up the hill. I had mostly a lot of young people on the back, so they would push me out of the mud, and then sometimes they would be covered with mud because the wheels would be spinning in the back, and they would come up here. Oh, no problem. We'll just take a shower. And I'm like, well, at the moment there's only these drums, and you get a hose and suck that, and then you can wash off. And everything was good, and they did that, and they got rid of that mud, and party went on here. Nothing was stopped the party going on here, and so that was at the beginning. I then managed to reactivate a line which had been built for a drilling project, because they had drilled for oil up the top, and they had built a line up there, and they had a very powerful pump at that time in Bluefield. So I got that going, and that was fine for a couple of years until the pump broke down, and they replaced it with a smaller pump. That pump could only reach my great house if the two districts that were also on the line were turned off. So basically, the arrangement was I had to go down at 12 o'clock in the night, turn off the two districts, pump up the water, come back down 5 o'clock before people got up, turn it back on, that the district's on. And that went on for a while. It didn't help my sleeping situation, which was already bad because, as I explained before, it was just ongoing party here. And so eventually the pump deteriorated, and the water pressure got lower and lower, and the amount of water that came up here was just too small that it would even make sense to do all that. So then I got gutters and got all the roofs piped up, and it all went into my tank. So from then on, The water situation has been great. I only have run out of water once and had to truck water in many years. Even in the dry season, my tank is big enough to serve me right through the dry season. So that is how the situation is today. Wonderful. If you just do your own thing, it's the best. If you rely on outside suppliers, it's always a problem in Jamaica because things go wrong and then you're left without it. So the way to go is have your own water catchment, have your own solar panel system, and you're all good. And life is nice again. So if you've liked and if you like my videos, like and subscribe, leave a comment, come visit me again. Let's have a party. Let's go. Let's start up with new vibes. Might be it's the last year. Who knows? Um, so, and if you want to make a little donation for these hard times, because I have suffered very much because of COVID, um, even if it's just a couple of dollars, coolestcam@gmail.com is my PayPal address. And please come. There are very cheap flights from Europe, TUI from Amsterdam, um, from 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 Belgium. It's TUI too, and Condor has cheap flights at the moment. So come and visit me, and let's have a party up here again. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye bye.